let me go and get on my computer, because what I like to do is I like to put on the big screen here because it allows me to see more of the comments. Because at the bottom, you'll only be able to see a handful of comments, and if it goes too quickly, you may miss something.
Okay.
So yeah, if you do it on your computer, it will help too, so you can see
Okay.
everything.
Let's see if I can try to respond. I'll move the camera over here.
Let's see. All right.
So I can answer some questions maybe.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely talk. You did the radio show today, right?
I did go on PUD.
We'll definitely talk. What was it? What was that again?
I did go on Pudge Nation to do an update.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll kind of uh, basically shoot the breeze for a little bit because I want to get at least 15 to 20 people online.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, oh, I was getting hot. I was sitting there, and I think I was more mad because I wasn't able to attend because by the time I found out, it was already too late.
Yeah.
And I know a while back we had started like a group of getting everybody emailed and stuff like that. Um, but to be honest, it was getting drowned out by all the other emails. So, okay, we're gonna have this kind of meeting. And right now, like, I want to be able to attend meetings where I can record it because it gives people the insight of what is actually going on. Because they're not reading the fine print. They're just here water desal, and then we got water. No. Like, so what's up, John, Timothy, Ray, Toby? What's up, gents? We are going to be talking about some water desal plants, and I've got Rachel Caballero online with us. She was actually able to. She's been on the front line like since a lot of this started, and has really been our source of knowledge on the behind the scenes, because all the paperwork and the permits, and I'm gonna be brutally honest, guys, with everything I got going on, I don't have the time to sit there and hey, let me go research, let me try to find that, and I'm not that computer savvy either, so I get lost through Google. So I'm not even gonna. But
they bank
and
on that though, Albert. They bank on the fact that we're all living our lives. We're trying to earn a living. We're taking our kids to church and school and practice and homework and meals and elite sports. Like, they know that the community does not have the time to delve into their bureaucracy BS.
Right on. And just a little heads up, Rachel, you don't have to comment through there, but I suggested the computer because I'm gonna show you well, you see it, you can see all the comments.
Yeah.
And that helps too, because here in a little bit, and if you're just looking at the camera phone, you'll only see like 3 or 4 comments. Whereas on the computer, we can actually, if we get in a conversation, we can backtrack. Oh, okay, let's hit on this one because they asked a good question or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely. Share with us. I know we only got 6 right now, but we need to get kind of started on it, because I know if we wait too long, some guys that may chime in may go away from the channel waiting for it. But normally at this time we can get up to 1,000+ people checking it out and stuff, so
Okay.
it'll be a real good thing.
Well, look, what I can do real quick is do a quick recap of what's happening, and then go into the meeting of what happened last night or yesterday. So the city of Corpus Christi government, the port of Corpus Christi, and Oasis, partially in Oasis County, but not. That's a long story. But they're trying to put 5 desalination plants in the Corpus Christi Bay. There is one that currently exists. It was built by CC Polymers. It is out of commission. They could not get it to work, and since CC Polymers has filed for bankruptcy, and that desal plant is sitting and not functioning.
And real quick on that one before we, because I was telling people about that desal plant that's there. Where is it located? Because a lot of people don't even know that one exists. So
it's kind of in the here. Let me pull it up on my map.
And the reason why I'm asking this is because if they've seen the construction, or they've actually seen what it is, but they don't know that it's that, will also bring attention to the fact that they've already tried this and they can't even get it to work, with the amount of money that they're expending on it, and they want us to go into a experimental
Mm-hmm.
new desal plant on the hopes it works in the back of the bay. Like, no.
Yep. And that here, I'm trying. Let me pull this up real quick. Um,
And I mean, we're going to finish recapping. This is a very important deal because right here it proves what they're trying to do is, especially in the area they're trying to do it in, is not going to help us at all.
no. Well, the CC polymer one is like kind of in the right at the entrance of where the bay comes out. I don't know how to explain that. I'm not good at it geologically.
What you can do is with your phone, you can actually, you see the little on the left side, you see the arrows going like this. That will actually flip the screen around on your phone, and you
Mhm.
can actually show us what you're looking at.
Okay. Okay.
There we go.
So this one right here is the CC polymer one. So it's
Wow.
right in the Corpus Christi ship channel, right at the very beginning. That's over by the port. So now the other ones you have here. Here's this. Okay, this is not where the CC polymer ones is. Sorry, this is really confusing. This is where they want to put this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So if you look, if they get the way that if they get what they want, they're going to destroy the bay here. And you're looking right here at this the Harbor Island one that everybody in Port A is fighting right now. This is going to bleed out into, look, our beaches, Mustang Island, the Port Aransas jetty, and then it will only be a matter of time before they it hits Baffin.
All the ones in the inner bays are going to hit Baffin before the one in Port A does.
Well, and look how our bay is enclosed. How
Yep.
is that brine? If they're putting the intake and the outtake within, what did we say it was, 600 feet of each other?
It's either 600 or 900.
I think it's 900 feet from each other. How is that going to escape at 30 million gallons of water a day?
And what was it? 3 million gallons of sludge they also want to put back into this to
Yep.
the system as a return.
Yep. The brine.
Yep. Which
So the hard part of this is that basically what seems to be happening right now is that these politicos, the ones that we have in office right now anyway, are the ones that are pro-industry. Their campaigns reflect that. They've been vocal about, hey, our priority, my priority here is to represent industry. This is kind of why we're here. We need if we don't do these plants, we might as well put a foreclosed sign at the entrance of Corpus Christi, because we're shutting down basically as a city if we don't get these desal plants.
yeah.
So what happened? I think you got a few more people on if you want to move on. So they have to get permits for each of the plants, right? And I think it's 2 or 3 different permits from the TCEQ. It's the intake, the outtake, and then just to build it, they have to have a permit. They don't have any of these things except for the intake, I think. They don't have a discharge permit. This gets really confusing, guys. So right now, the city of Corpus Christi is being sued. It's a Title VI lawsuit because of where they want to put that one plant in Hillcrest, and that is the Inner Harbor one. They're saying that that's the safest one because it's on the very edge. None of these plants are going to be safe for our community here. 1, because of what it's going to do to the environment, and 2, we can say goodbye to tourism. Tourism is gone. The fishing gone, Texas A&M gone, USS Lexington gone, Texas State Aquarium gone, and Texas A&M gone. No one's going to want to come here. And what these politicians are doing right now is they're saying, hey, this is for economic development. We need more development here. You know, we're the sparkling city by the sea. If I heard that one more time yesterday by those Desal pushers, I'm like, we're not going to be the sparkling city by the sea anymore if you guys put these plants here. We're going to become Detroit, Flint, Cleveland, Ohio. We're going to the Bay, Pasadena, Baytown. Like, we're going to become Galveston. Like, we're just going to become an industrial dump ground.
Yep.
So my impression of what happened yesterday is they know that there are a lot of them were hoping, and we can only do this with the community. We can only do this with the community. We have to talk to somebody. I ran in 2022 for at large. I got 15,000 votes. The winners got 31,000 votes. If one person of the 15 tells one other person to vote, I have a chance.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But because right now, of the 9, 2 are against, 1 abstained, and 6 voted in favor. Like, bells, whistles, like, woohoo, we're getting this done. We're doing this for our children and our children's children. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Half those council members have homes, lakefront homes in other areas. 2 of them have it at Lake Corpus Christi. 1 has it over in the Dominican Republic. So they don't care if they destroy our coastline. They don't care, because what they care about is these profits for industry. Now ask yourself, okay, so this desalination plant, is the water for the community?
Hell
No,
no.
it's not. We don't need the water. At 16%, we are 16% of the user of all the water. If all the community turned off their water faucets and didn't use water for a month, we would barely put a dent in the conservation, barely, because the majority of the use is out of industry. Now, yesterday, because I get catch a lot of flack, right, because of what I say in public comments, and it's usually uncomfortable. It's things that other people would not say ever. And so yesterday I confronted them, because they send out in your water bill, if anybody gets a Corpus Christi water bill, look at your this month's bill. They send out, I have a friend back here, she's the office mascot. She's over here crawling on my back. They send out a water quality report every year in your water bill. Well, it got sent out this month, and in that pamphlet, they have to notify the community how much water loss has occurred. We put together 2021, 2022, and 2023 water loss. The city of Corpus Christi has lost 5,097,525,955 gallons of water in 3 years.
So go ahead.
Because of negligence, because of broken pipes, water leaks, and non-revenue creating water use,
So
like
right there,
firefighters.
I heard that part of your public comment, and you noticed that shut them all down real quick. Well, hold on, like, how are we verifying? How are you verifying those numbers? How are you doing this? How are you like? And they started asking. They turned around and asked, "Can you verify these numbers? Can you do this?" And right there, I was like, "She got him!" Like
Yeah.
I was over there cutting cable yesterday, and I was like, "She got him!" And but I couldn't run over here, because if I'd have dropped the cable, I would have lost my setting of where I was at, because I was cutting cable yesterday, guys, and I mean, I cut. This is half of my stack.
Nice.
My other stack is right here, and that's what I'm working on right now, guys. I'm making cast out sections for my leaders, and that was 500 foot that I cut down into 2 foot sections for our bite sections. And so when she made her comment on that, and then they basically, like, they were trying to call you out on your information, yet it's right there. You pulled it up off their paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
and hey, this is y'all's paperwork. You gave us the numbers. We just had the time to sit there and add it all up. And you notice how one of them said, "Oh, this is from like 2019 or something like that. These are the numbers from that year or something like that." Did you hear that part where they went back a few years and they only gave it was only 1 point
Mhm.
something million or billion, so it's not that number? Well, no, you just explained it like you did there. It's an accumulation of the last 3 or 4 years of the amount of water that they have lost because of negligence.
Yep.
That when you said that, I was like, got them. Like,
Yep. But the thing is, and then they make us feel guilty, and they're telling us every day, hey, turn off the water when you brush your teeth. Don't water your lawns. Make your showers shorter. And it's like, you guys are losing 5 billion on average. I have the spreadsheet that I put together. On average, they're losing up almost 1 point. In 2020, it was 1.8 billion. It went
can
down in
can you
21
flip
to
the
one.
camera around and show them? That way
Oh yeah,
people can
that's
see
right.
the numbers there. Yeah, this is this is
So
important information right there. Or keep the camera upright. Yeah,
there you
just you can go from left to right.
go.
Start at
Okay.
the year and then go from there.
So here's the year, and then Peter Zanoni started in 2019. So you can see they're producing more water for industry because the population has not grown here. In 5 years, the population has grown less than 1%. But look at how the water is increasing. The water production is increasing, but it's not going to the general public. So then you come here and you're like, okay, here are the different years. So in 2023, Peter Zanoni here in 2020, let's just call it 2020, we had a water loss of 1.8 billion. It went down the next year, but then it skyrocketed back up to 1.7 billion. And as of last year, it's 1.9 billion gallons of water just lost.
Jeez.
And so instead of these guys focusing on repairing infrastructure, maintaining our pipelines, and doing all that stuff, they are saying, hey, we're out of water. We just need desal. That's it. They're not looking
And
for other alternatives. Desal is the most expensive way to bring water.
so, and here's the thing too. You nailed it. Instead of fixing the infrastructure that is currently destroyed, they want to try a new venue to compensate for the water that we're not going to get. Like we're losing
Mhm.
all this city water. So everything they're going to do for new businesses still does not help our drought situation at
Mhm.
all.
Yep.
It's all for new businesses that they intend to. Okay, they're going to bring in more money, but still, we're still in drought conditions. We're still going to be in this problematic area,
Well,
and because of that, like I can't understand. And this is something that I wanted to kind of talk to you yesterday. I've got the video where the city council was talking to the individual that was creating the desal plant,
mhm,
and it basically states that he goes, so even if we create the water desal plant, you're telling me it's going to be too cost prohibitive to get the water from that desal plant to add it to our community, our city water supply. He goes,
mhm,
yes. He's all, because one, you'd have to lay a pipeline
mhm.
from that desal plant across the channel, and it would be prohibitively, that's the word he used, prohibitively expensive for them to create that. And he goes, well, yeah. And he goes, and then he goes, well, what about trucking it in? He's all, well, that's the other thing too. It would be prohibitively expensive because you can only move so much per tanker. You know what I mean? And if they're moving that many, they would have tankers all day long trying to move all that water over there. So again, another prohibitively expensive deal. So even on that paperwork that you had and you brought over here, it shows that the amount of water that they were trying to make with the desal plant is already going to be pre-sold to these other businesses that want it. Can
Exactly.
you show that paperwork real quick, or is that something?
I don't
If
have
you don't
that
have it,
right in
if you
front of
don't
me.
have it right now, that's cool.
No.
But that is something that we definitely need to do another video. Show, hey, this is it,
It's
and
already they're pre-selling this water. So they're telling us, and here's another thing, just so you know, because now I'm starting to second guess the entire narrative that we're under a drought. Currently, as it sits, Peter Zanoni's numbers of, hey, the lake levels are 28%. The lake levels are 31%. He's only calculating Choke Canyon and Lake Corpus Christi. He is not including Lake Texana. Lake Texana, as of yesterday, was 96.8% full. If he were to add that calculation into the drought numbers percentages, we would be right at stage 1. And so when I called them out on that yesterday, they hemmed and hawed, and they're like, oh, well, that's a different contract. And it's like, no, it is still a viable source of water. It should be included in the number.
Yeah.
And so they're refusing to include that in the number. So all of these numbers are they're making them up. They're making them up as they go. They're choosing what to use to incorporate their narrative that we need water, and we don't. We don't need water. And Albert, drive around. Everything's green. Like, if we're in a drought, and then they use this bullshit like, oh, it's got to rain over the watershed. Like, are you kidding me? Like, when in the history of our lives, we're older, has the meteorologists or anybody else for that matter been like, oh, well, no, it's got to rain only in this specific spot? It's not adding up. None of it's adding up. But what is adding up is the costs of this thing. They approved right around, I want to say, $304 million yesterday. Million.
Oh, okay.
With an M. Yesterday alone on those, because there was 4 agenda items and then 2 for propaganda. They're hiring a consulting firm that is using phrases like attitude. What was it again? Darn it. In other words, they want to control the masses. They want to figure out what our attitudes are and how they need to adjust our perspective of Desal. And so they approved spending $4.5 million to do that yesterday.
And basically, it's like you're saying, they're only okay. So, as a regular person, when you say water desal plant that don't know what's going on, oh, that's good. Okay, well, let's further read you the fine print. You're going to pay for this water desal plant, but you're not getting any of the water that's coming from it. Oh, wait a minute. That's basically like saying, like, okay, in San Antonio, the Riverwalk. Hey, guys in Corpus, the Riverwalk is low on water. It needs upgrades, so we need y'all to raise y'all's taxes to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Like, that has nothing to do with us. So why are you making us pay for it?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Everybody, as soon as they hear water desal and they think of drought conditions, oh, we need it. Well, it's not coming for you. Here's the fine print, guys. It's not for you and me. It's for other businesses to come in, but they want us to pay for it. And the reason they want us to pay for it is because when it craps out like that other one did, guess who they're going to sue? Oh, wait. We are the city, so we're going to sue ourselves. So guess who gets screwed? We get screwed, 1, to pay for it. We get screwed 2, because when it doesn't run properly, or like any other contract, they have a date where they got to start. And this is very important too, because right now with the Bob Hall Pier thing, they're saying, hey, they have to have it done by X amount of days. Each day that they go after that, they get fined $1,000. Remember that, guys, because when this water desal plant goes up and we're paying for it, and it doesn't make water because of brown tide or red tide, it's
Or it
in the
gets
bay
clogged.
because they're not they have to shut down. So because they're not producing the water that was promised to them, guess who they're going to sue? Me and you. So again, guys, read the fine print. Right now, it is going to kill our environment. Rachel nailed it earlier. Our fishing industry, our tourism industry. I mean, I was talking to a shrimper the other day, and he's been in the area for 30 years. He said that years ago, there was a big old meeting because the crabs they were pulling in had holes in their shell because the salinity of the bay was so high that it was eating away at their shelves. So they couldn't even sell crab because of that reason. I was like, well, why didn't y'all get Texas Parks and Wildlife involved? And he's like, oh, they did, but they said they weren't big enough of an entity to tell them that they couldn't do that or why they shouldn't do that. And we're like, no, that's just y'all being lazy. Like
Yeah.
the way I see it, you can tell me and you, hey, you can't catch that, you can't keep this, you can't do this. These are the new shark fishing regulations, these are the new trout regulations, the new flounder. But when a big company is coming in saying, hey, we're going to pollute that water and kill all that environment, oh, we can't say nothing. They're bigger than us. No, no, like they're the most powerful entity in the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
They do not need a search warrant to go to your house if they just think you're uh, a poacher.
Yeah.
They don't need a warrant. They just need probable cause. They can walk right into your house, go to your freezer, and then they can confiscate everything. Why can't they come in and step in when these big companies are about to kill our base? All
My
those protected
the reason.
species.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing that we have to be realistic about this as a species, as human beings, is that all these government entities work together. You know, Texas Parks and Wildlife, they're supposed to be on our side. The TCEQ is supposed to be on our side. They are not. They're all working hand in hand, and they have an end game that we don't know what it is. But I think they're coming after our water and they're coming after our coastline. They want to push us inland. They don't want us near the water. And I'm thinking it's for nefarious reasons, but it's also too over. They're just taking our resources. And basically what these guys are saying is we need the desal plant because we have to get this product out, blah, 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 for other places. Let's just say they do the desal plant. None of this stuff, none of the things that they're producing is staying in the United States. It's all going to foreign countries. Nothing that they will produce at the port of Corpus Christi or here is for our country. It is for foreign countries. And until we stand up it starts right here. People are like, oh, that only happening up in the White House and at the federal level. We're experiencing that right here in our hometown. And
Yep.
we have to stand up. The minute we stand up, their house of cards crumbles because they have no leg to stand on anymore because we are a majority informed community. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that
Thank you. Thank you, boss.
if we can get people to actually act, like send the emails, maybe showing up for city council yesterday was a waste of time. They had all their industry, their pro desal activists, there. It's people that have never gone to city council. Half of them don't even live in Corpus Christi. They're from other towns, Austin,
And see,
Rockport.
yeah, and you nail it right there. All these businesses that are associated with them basically shut down and said have all their workers go over there and are still
Mhm.
getting paid
Yep.
to be over there,
Yep.
to speak up for it because they need it so they can grow, but they're not looking at the bigger picture of what it's going to do. They're opening their mouths because they're trying to save their jobs or being, they're being paid to say what they're saying. It's obvious with that with like Paula because she before she got elected said I will vote against this. Where's
Mhm.
she at now?
She
She's one of the
changed.
major speakers for the desal plant to come in.
Yep.
Why? What has changed now that she's in office that she wasn't in office before? Money. Exactly. Yes. So,
Mhm.
again, guys, this November is probably going to be one of the most important
Mhm.
Novembers of our lives.
Yep.
One, the presidential election is a major, major one there. And then
Yep.
all these guys that are being bought by big companies, they
Mhm.
don't have our best interests. They don't have the city of Corpus Christi, the Bay system. They don't have all of that at heart. What they have at heart is this their
Yep.
wallet.
Yep.
Their wallet right there is how fat they can make their wallet while making the rest of ours disappear.
Yep.
And they don't care. Like you said, as soon as All of this goes because it's going to go to trash real quick. And here's a prime example. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I said, when a water main busts, it's clean water coming out, right? So
Hmm.
if that's the water desal plant, you know, releasing its product, what happens after a while? All the sediment goes into the calmer waters.
Hmm.
It does not stay in that one line and keep staying there. It pushes all the sediment into the calmer waters. Where do you think all the brine and then all the
Hmm.
sludge? They want 3 million gallons per day to be released back into the bay.
And
Sludge
this
is trapped. So sludge will
Mhm.
pollute the waters.
Done. Game over.
Yeah. So they're asking your permission to pay for it, then to kill everything, and then charge you for it,
Yep.
while they don't come out of pocket a single penny.
Zero. And this is what people need to remember. A desalination plant of this kind has never been created ever. This is an experimental plant. That's why the CC Polymer ones is sitting empty there. They couldn't get it to work because, and then in Carlsbad, California, and in Florida, where those guys just went to Tampa, they spent like 5 days out in Tampa. They're different types of desalination plants, and they both have had to be shut down because of the excess brine. They were not anticipating the amount of the excess that they came across. And so these politicians are calling it an undisturbed or an uninterruptible water source. Bullshit. They're lying.
Yep.
They are
Yep.
lying because they're going to have
Yep.
to shut it down to clean for one. And then here's another catch. The amount of power that it's going to take to run the plant is equivalent to a small city. So the
That,
power grid is already being strained. But here you have these people saying, oh, well, we're just going to add a whole small city to run this desalination plant. What is that going to do to our energy prices, Albert?
and then
So
all the
now you're
rolling
looking at our
blackouts
water
that they already
rates.
said we're going to have too. Like
Hmm.
they're pulling everything, all of our resources from us to do everything they want to do or need to do to big business to them. But when it all comes failing and comes crashing down, who's going to pay for it? Not them, because they didn't come out of pocket. We do.
Yeah.
We're going to have to. They want us to pay for it because they don't want to be held liably responsible when everything comes crashing down.
Yep. And
And or
they're gonna leave this area as a dump ground. It's gonna be
yep,
gross. Have you driven to New Orleans ever? And you drive through that corridor of where Texas and Louisiana meets, where all those towns are just. It looks like there was a weird like atomic bomb or something went off, where they're just
yeah, it looks post
dilapidated.
apocalyptic kind of deal. Yeah,
Yes,
I've been through there. Yep. All
they're
right,
gonna
real.
that's what they're gonna leave us. They're gonna say, here, figure it out, pick up the pieces.
Yeah,
We already
yeah.
got
Peace.
our money. Bye bye.
Yep. All right, real quick, we got Angel, John Holiday, Lady Sky, Hustle. For those of y'all that are just chiming in or that are behind the scenes and not commenting, what we're doing is we're talking about the water desal plant that they're trying, one of five, they're trying to put in our coastal bay area here. A
Mhm.
closed in bay that only has one little outlet in the Port Aransas jetty and one down in, okay, the one in Packery Channel is not a big, I mean, it's the minor vein in the whole deal. And then the next one is in South Mansfield.
Mhm.
So they're trying to say that there's enough water circulation in there to help us, and it's not. It's so far away from the entrance. That water from over here is never going to touch the intercoastal. And the
Mhm.
reason we know this is because they have actually done studies years ago saying that the water salinity was so high that the amount of water that was coming in from the Nueces River, that they say was our main water supply,
Mhm.
wasn't enough to keep the salinity level in the Bay of Corpus Christi from rising so much. Have they forgotten that deal they did? Why
Mhm.
they set it all up?
Mhm.
Why aren't they talking about that? Like, and
It
even at the
doesn't go with the narrative.
TCEQ, oh yeah, at the TCEQ, man, I wish I had somebody on the camera because I asked them. I said, well, what about the dead zones in the Bay of Corpus Christi because the salinity is so high? Did you
What
see
did
that
zones?
look? They were like,
Mhm.
huh? What dead zone? What are you talking? Like they had no idea about it. I was like, so at that point, that's when I called them out. I said, that tells me exactly what I'm saying is right. what everybody else is here is saying is right. Y'all have not done the study of everything around there that it's going to truly destroy once you approve this. Yeah,
Yep.
it may work in that little area, but what happens to everywhere else? Because all of it's going to be affected.
Yep.
It's basically it's a puncture wound,
Well, and
a puncture
here's
wound
what.
that's going to get infected.
Well, and here's what people need to know too is that the company that's doing the desal trash, first of all, super trash. They keep lying to the community and saying that the TCEQ is not requiring an environmental impact study. That's a lie, because the initial application for the permit, they lied and said that it was going to be a much smaller plant, and so they did the environmental impact study wasn't required at that point. They have since changed the size of the plant, but the TCEQ never went in to say, okay, now you're required to do the environmental impact study. Why is that? Because the TCEQ is in bed with these industry people.
Now, say benefit of the doubt. They just hey, we all make human error, and we as normal individuals try to give somebody benefit of the doubt. What if by chance a guy that and he bad day or whatever just approved it, not reading through it, and since the TCEQ meeting, all of us were supposed to receive emails of what they were supposed to do. Have you received that email yet?
Nope.
I have not received it yet. Has anybody else received an email yet from what they were supposed to do? Because we had questions, we had requests, because I'm a business owner that's going to be truly affected by this desal plant going in.
Yep.
All the
You,
businesses,
all
the
the fishermen,
hotels.
and this is all your clients, all your customer, everybody. We have to participate in the contested court hearing. We need to contest the permit because it's going
Yep.
to devastate all of your businesses. And that's where you fishermen, the captain, all the captains, all of you guys are gonna have to get together. And I know that that's hard for y'all to do. CCA finally stepped in and spoke against desal
Finally.
finally.
Yeah.
So you guys need to get together and you guys need to organize, and because we're gonna need your power whenever it's time to contest these permits.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys need to start working on that. I know you're super busy, but anybody who has the time, you guys have got to start organizing, at least and minimally get a distribution list together. So when I have information, I can just send it to y'all and y'all can figure out, okay, let's get together. Let's meet like you and I said, hey, it's time to give the group an update. Let's do it. But this is not a done deal. It's the city of Corpus, Peter Zanoni. They're making it sound like yoo-hoo, we're moving forward with desal. There's a lawsuit that they have to address. They do not have all the permits, and we still have to go through the contested case hearings. And so this is not a done deal. They're lying to the community. They're lying. So
Yeah, that point, when once the TCEQ actually approves of it, because right now they have not approved of the hearings. And this is something that I know I signed up for, a dozen other people signed up for, and that was just to get our foot in the door. Because
mhm,
at the same time, like you said, how does it work out for the guys that didn't attend the meetings, that didn't request those hearings?
mhm.
Does it mean that they can't speak, or does it mean that once the hearings are set up, then we can bring in more um, support?
Yeah, I can look into that. I'm not 100% sure, but we are all allowed to speak at the hearings, no matter what. If you signed up for it or if you didn't, we are allowed to speak.
Okay.
So
So at
always,
that time,
there's a meeting coming up in July, a TCQ, and this is for that permit for Avena in Calallen and Robstown, the ammonia
mm,
plant.
yeah,
And that's a connection to desal, because here's what I've told them. If desal gets approved, that Avena plant is going to get built. If we can get involved with the permitting process and tell TCQ to deny that permit, then city of Corpus doesn't really, they can't keep using that excuse that we have a customer that needs this water. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So there's different positions that we can put ourselves in to stop this. We just have to do it. And that
But
hearing is on July 29th at 7 p.m. at the Richard Borchard Fairgrounds.
So as it gets closer, we need to like
Yeah.
do a weekly update on that. I know this is something that me and you have discussed, but I think we need to really like at a weekly at least touch base, 15, 20 minutes, just kind of giving a heads up because I'm kind of upset that I didn't get to go yesterday. Like I was sitting there, and I was fuming
Human.
here at the
Hmm.
shops. Like I mean, I know I had stuff to do, but I would have made the sacrifice to go over there so that way I could record and put out there what is being said on both sides. Because at the same time, like I said, at the end of the day, they're not putting out the fine print. And what I want to do is when it's my turn to speak, I want to create a little video like everybody else is doing, showing the points of when you go here, you go here. And I want to just play it over and over what they're saying. Hey, we're not getting the water. And they're verifying, yeah, you're not getting the water. It's for big businesses.
Hmm.
And just keep replaying that every time because everybody keeps saying we're getting the water. That's where the narrative is lost. That's where people are not paying attention.
Yep.
At the end of the day, like we can say how much it's going to cost, where it is, or that. At the end of the day, you got to get to the right part of their mind and let them know it's not for us. We're paying for something that's not going to benefit us in any way, shape, or form. And the
Hmm.
reason I say this is because, oh yeah, well we're going to sell the water to big businesses to bring them in to bring in more jobs. So what's happening to the water, the money that you're selling? Where is that going to pay? Is that going to pay for the plant itself? Oh no, we're still paying for that. So who's
And
getting the money from the sale of the water? Oh, the city.
mhm.
Well, you mean it should be paying for the plant itself. So our bills don't go higher, our electricity bills don't go higher, our property taxes don't go higher.
That's not happening.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah,
happening. And the thing is that they don't have the money. The money does not exist for them to be doing all this. They're trying. They got one grant, and so that's what they're using the initial money on. But the money's not there. The city of Corpus doesn't have it. CCW, the water department doesn't have it, and quite frankly, the community doesn't have it either. So we've got to. We're gonna have to start like this is it. Now we've got we're at a point where we got to save our community. We have to save
yep,
our community from being Baytown, Galveston, Pasadena. We're yeah. So yesterday was a little a bit of a hard day. We were regrouping. We're gonna. It's not a done deal. There's a lot of ways to stop this, and one of them is to reelect new people in November in Corpus Christi. There's a lot of candidates coming out. A lot of them are for Desal. So I'm gonna make sure that I put out a list of these are all the people that are for Desal that we don't need in office right now. Once
yep.
that happens, and I mean, it makes sense to run again. Um, I'm considering it, but I haven't decided yet because it's a it's a chinga. It's hard and it costs a lot of
Uh,
money, and I don't have the money that those guys have. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
we'll see.
they're bought and well paid for by big companies. You know what I mean? So, I mean, well, I don't know what your schedule is like, but we've been on for about an hour. I don't know if you got to cut and run or
Yeah,
whatever. So
I do have to cut out, but we'll be in touch. And then if any of you guys, I'll put in the chat my email, my phone number. Well, maybe not my phone number, but I'll put my email in there, and then I can start talking. Talking to people. The way that we fix this is we start talking. We've been indoctrinated to not talk about politics with our neighbors and our friends and family. That we got to stop doing that. It's time that we start communicating with each other about what's really happening on a political scale, especially here locally, because we're getting it handed to us, and we got to stop it.
yeah, and if we don't, at the end of the day, when it all comes down and the shit has hit the fan, I don't want people to say, "Oh, I didn't know." No, we've been telling you.
Yep.
We're
I mean,
here.
how many
We
years now? Two
do
years we've
it.
been working together.
Yep.
Because yeah, I ran at large. I think whenever we met, I was running at large, so that was in 2022.
Yep.
So now
So,
they're pushing forward. We got to push back. That's where we're at.
all right.
All right.
If you
Thanks,
can,
Albert, for having me.
do, real quick before you get off, if you want
Hmm.
to share the email that everybody can email you, or maybe start getting a group email together, like you were talking about,
Hmm.
so when these things happen, you can just CC everybody together, so that way you're starting to do that, and as we do our weekly meetings, that list will start to grow. So, like you said, at first you got 15,000. if we could start doing this now, you may not have to have the political monies that you need because you have the ground people that are here that are face to face.
Yeah.
So I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down to help you. I know everybody on the channel that is all about protecting the environment, whether they fish or they hunt. They're the same mindset as protecting the environment. We're all game to give you a hand. I know some other big YouTubers too. We can get the information on there as well. So
Perfect.
definitely, yeah, yeah. If you
Okay.
don't mind putting on there, and we'll start. We'll let's start now. I mean,
Sounds
we only
good.
got a few months away, and if we can get you the amount of support that you need to make it a viable thing for you to do, it may make it a lot easier for you to get in office. So that way we can get this desal plant out of here.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we have 2 votes. One is abstaining right now. He doesn't want it in the bay. But I think if he had more support,
cable cutters for what?
he'd be a no vote. But we'll get moving. You guys have a good day. Thank you guys for paying attention. And please start spreading the word amongst your fellow fishermen and your family and friends and neighbors. Bye.
Yep.
We'll see you later.
Later, Rachel. Thank you. All right, guys. So um, this is huge. All right. There we go. This is huge. It is something that is going to destroy our economy. Yeah, they keep talking about how it's going to make the economy grow and stuff like that, but at the same time, they're doing a sleight of hand. It is going to destroy the bay, and that destroys all of our fishing, all of our tourism, all of our swimming, kayaking, boating, everything. I mean, even the Lexington, you know what I mean? I knew a person that worked with um, the company that sold the Lexington, the material or the compound that they needed to add to the Lexington to keep rust from forming on the Lexington. At the current salinity level, they have the product to stop it. Once they increase that salinity level in that area, it is going to continue to uh, eat away at the Lexington. So like I said, it's crazy the amount of uh, negligence that's happening, and it's not negligence. I'm probably using the wrong word, but the amount of people that are not focused in on the bigger picture, they're looking at the fine print. It's gonna really hurt. It's gonna hurt everybody, guys, including me. I mean, I'm gonna be one of the major ones that gets taken a hit, even though I'm miles away from the bay. I'm going to be taking a hit because once those guys stop buying fishing tackle because they're no longer fishing in the area, who supplies them? I do. The bait and shrimp. If once it disappears because the bay is dead, where do I get my bait and shrimp from? From those guys. I won't be able to do that. Um, once the salinity level is so high, it starts to burn your skin. It'll start to chemically cook you. Are you going to keep getting it back in that water? No. Like, how do you expect the habitat, the marine life, to continue to survive too, if they've already had issues before a desal plant was even installed for that environment? Like now they're talking about putting that much more into it. So it is. Ooh, it's a hot subject for me, boss. It really is. What's up?
What's going on, fellas?
I've been talking about the water desal plant that I mean, they keep getting more votes for it. But again, too, we know that a lot of the support that is being shown on the online live meetings and stuff like that is all because all those companies are somehow in bed with the water desal plant and the companies that are coming in. They all have some kind of way to make money off of it coming in. The only ones that are against it are everybody else that are really looking at the bigger picture. So, dude, it's
Yeah.
yep.
Well,
So what are you up to?
you want some good news?
I would love some good news.
I'm sitting here with this guy right here.
Hey, man, you're fired. You're fired. Right? Hey, can we get Daniel down here in November so he can fire all these city council members?
Right?
Dude, we're gonna. Hey, we brought the big honcho in, man. We flew him down for this meeting especially. Let him rock them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. it. Oh, it, I was at the meeting, or I wasn't at the meeting yesterday, but I was here live and I was cutting the cable. And dude, I was hot, bro. Like I wanted to. It was bad. It was bad. But we got this ugly mofo here, and he's saying what's up. So.
That shit.
What's up, ugly?
Hey Jacob,
What's up?
on those fly reels. So I had two different sizes of the Cougar Medalist. I have the real large one, and the one that just came in today. That's a medium-sized one. Is quite tiny. I'm just curious. Do you prefer a larger reel or smaller reel? Which one would be easier for your hands?
Well, my hands are probably larger than most people, but I've always had better luck, and I've always been able to throw the smaller ones a lot better.
Here, let me show you the smaller one. I got it sitting over here.
See, I love this because Billy talks my language. I love fly fishing.
When he started talking about that, I was like, all right, he's talking Japanese in our shop.
That's the smaller one.
Oh man, that thing looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's still new in box. I had the box sitting over there.
Sweet.
I'll convert it over to left hand for you. I just
Oh,
gotta
okay,
take out
awesome.
Yeah, it's not too hard, but I'll do it for you. It's not that big of a deal.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, I guess whenever you ship it up, just do you want? We were talking about that cover and everything. Do you want one for the individual, or do you want one like a box that you could put them in, like a bunch of them?
Nope, that box would probably be nicer because I generally carry my fly reels off of the rod.
Okay, well let's do that then. That way, because you'll be able to store it in that too. So
Yeah,
all
that sounds
right.
good.
I'll start designing something up and just send me up the reels that you want to put in that box.
Yeah.
That way I could get the sizes and everything else and get a pattern made up for them. That way I know how big the compartments to make them.
Now, I figure if you can at least fit a 1498 Medalist in there, which is considerably larger than this one,
Yeah.
it would fit all the rest of my reels.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you want to, just send me up your biggest one that you got, and I'll just go off of that one.
Alrighty.
So.
Another thing to show you. I don't know if you've ever seen the drags in these. It's a piece of wood goes against that Bakelite rubber material that you adjust with that knob. It ain't much drag. It's like half a pound, but a fly reel doesn't matter.
So is that wood?
Most of your drag is your hand.
Yeah, these are just kind of meant to do this. Just kind of put your thumb here and it slows it down. They call it a click and paw reel. It clicks and you have your palm. Yeah. I'm gonna switch it over to left. It won't be no problem.
All right, cool deal, brother.
Like
what?
17
You got that look on your face.
The jokes I was saying in my head.
Yes, you got to palm your wood.
Oh my God, bro! I'm dying inside right now, bro. And okay, so the reason why I'm joking of the fly reel because when you said it's a piece of wood that is used as a drag, ingenious idea, but I started thinking, I was like, so how much heat can that thing take before it starts to fire? Because I've seen
A
big
lot.
reels, go to smoking like on a big run, like we're throwing water on a reel. So I don't know if it's because the different style of materials or whatever, and what type of wood that is. But then he threw me off. He threw a curveball at me when he said click and palm reel, and I did, yeah.
See, a lot of times they used to use a piece long ago. a lot. Some reel companies will use. They tried to use ironwood, but it was actually wearing out the reels faster using the ironwood.
They even make
And
some that the drags are built on it, but they're Corpus drags. They're kind of rare to find, but I actually know one company that still makes them.
What's up, Whiskey? How you doing? Oh yeah, no, sorry, guys. It just, I don't know. That was. I mean, I never said I didn't.
Serious psychiatric.
Yes, I do. Yes, I seriously need some. And and the thing is, though, like I sit there and I think about everything that's gone on and what I've been through, where I'm at now, and like how I have evolved. Because it's human nature to either learn to survive and or to cope with your environment and stuff like that. And I've actually sat there and just I am a completely different person than I was 10 years ago compared to 15 years ago and all of that. You know what I mean? And I sit there and then I look at, okay, am I proud of the changes that I've made to become the person I am? A lot of times I sit there and I say yes, because I have evolved from being, straight out of the military, quick, dry, quick, simple, like, don't, no BS involved, and your feelings didn't matter. Like, I mean, if you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you. But at the same time, too, it's gotten to the point that, we've had to become a little softer to communicate with most of the environment now because everybody's so lost in their feelings. And so, because I'm sorry, like, now I walk into stores wherever I walk into. If I see an American flag, I feel so much better that there's pride in their country, but not just because of that, because if the company owner is willing to have a flag in there, means that they have some type of bearing as to doing things right. It may just be me, but I've seen it too many times after 20 years of being in business, the ones that I don't do business with anymore. And it's not because I didn't want to. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to try to work with every type of shop I can to make money, to make it easier. But the ones that have stayed with me the longest have been the shops that have an American flag hanging inside. And this may be, I don't know how many times I've said this. I probably am biased on it, but I do pay attention to that. But I don't look at it as a negative. Like if I walk in the store and I don't see an American flag, if I still need something from there, for the most part, I will support that store because it's another business and I understand what it's like. But also, too, I am real picky on choosing which businesses I will do business with. Like, I will not support Target because of what they done. Obviously, I gave up Budweiser and drinking because of what they did. And, I do have my priorities, and those I still will not bend. So,
Pretty neat too. That shipped in. Tops are riveted on. Never seen that before. I figure we can keep this for whenever I send Jacob up from Rail and give him. Since it also extends to there.
okay.
So which is pretty neat.
That is a pretty cool. I wonder if they made that themselves.
This is like a poster too, but I've never seen them with riveted ends, which makes me think that this is.
Well, I've never seen a tube with that kind of texture on the outside.
Yeah,
they're 99% all cardboard.
And it held up coming from Sacramento, California, so. Peter Piper pizza coin. Pay you pizza coins.
I love playing at Peter Piper Pizza, bro. I'm still a kid at heart, bro. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, tell him, fire him, fire him.
The last time I went to Peter Piper Pizza, I was 5 or 6 years old.
So that was like what, yesterday? Not gonna be anytime soon. Hey, you're firing everybody. Get him, Daniel. Get him.
Oh, I'm fired now. Okay.
It's not my fix to handle.
Who said I was going to do it to the shop?
Oh. Let's see. Let's see.
Get off me.
The deal with going forward with the information from the Desal plant is going to be something too. We at the end of the day, I think the easiest way that this is going to happen, because these guys are voting whichever way they're paid to vote for. The only way is to get them voted out of office. So, like I said, come November, it's going to be extremely important. If you haven't voted, you need to go out there and vote, and you need to vote the guys that are for the Desal plant out of office, because again, they don't live here. Their permanent homes are not here in the local area. When everything hits the fan, it's going to freaking go bad, and it's going to be done for all of us. And they're going to be like, all right, peace. Like, they're voted off the office. They can up and quit pretty much anytime they want to quit once they've made enough money. So they're selling us out, guys. They really are. Have um have you been able to get started on any leather projects, brother?
Um, yeah, actually had got to finish up a couple wallets for a couple local people here.
Oh, for real?
So, let's see. I've got Waltz.
Leave early, take them on lunches.
Oh yeah, when he switched it over on me, because he was getting that the TRX 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already had his cover cut out for a regular 50. You're killing me, Toby. You're killing me.
Yep. Yeah. No, when I talked to Raj about it and stuff like
It's a bad bread.
that.
Damn.
That takes at least 4 weeks in the making.
Now we're looking at. Actually, I've got to check my bank account today to see if my payroll from YouTube has come in from all the ticket sales and all of that, so that way I can get these next batch of reels ordered. Because man, it is really playing with the numbers right there, being able to make moves with that money that's sitting there in limbo kind of deal. So, and we're talking about $3,300 right there. So,
I just broke my phone mount.
what part of it?
The part
So
that
the
holds the
top end?
phone.
Yeah, the other side.
The side that slide or has the slide part.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what you can still do is put a rubber band on it. I've had to do that. Like I know I got parts laying here from them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you do that. Daniel wants to go take a nap, so I'm going to go put him down for a nap real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, boss. Yeah. So, oh my God. All right, let me catch up on what everybody's up to. Hitman's mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Hitman mom. Nice. And many more blessed returns. No. That's just,
Did Jacob leave?
yeah, I went to go put Daniel down for a nap real quick. Monster and cupcake. Breakfast of the humble. Nice. That sounds good. Let's see. Yeah, no, and actually, him breaking that holder for the phone, I have done too many times, and or breaking pieces off the tripods and stuff like that. It is, God, it's so costly, and that's why, it sucks when you're an individual trying to do these videos. You tend to break a lot of things because you don't have that extra third hand to be able to maneuver, or the fourth hand too, to maneuver things while you're trying to get video of what's going on and stuff like that. So, I was looking at a guy yesterday. He was sitting on the dock and he hooks up to a monster fish and he's over here trying to reach for the camera, but he's getting pulled over here. And I was like, I know your pain, bro. I know your pain. So,
You know, you saying breaking things reminded me of something I heard recently. That buddy of mine up in Houston, Jaden, he's telling me the story. There's a kid there who's banned from all the forums to buy and sell tackle up there because of some incidents. Well, you know what he got really famous for? He shattered an attic. Like, broke it into several pieces.
How the hell do you do that?
I've heard of internals breaking on them. I've heard of a lot of things. I see how you take care of the things. Heck, I've even seen them get. I've seen them get run. I've seen them get run over. But apparently, he shattered this thing in like 5 different pieces, and all the internals were melted. I do not know how he did it.
Well, you need to find out that story because that would be an interesting story of that.
Yeah.
Because yes, I've seen one that fell off of the back end of a truck, got road rash, the housing was bent and all of that, and then they were still trying to sell it for like $200 and something. I said, I'll give you $10 for that paperweight, and they're like, no, we need more. And I said, no, you're not going to get more. Well, you can send it back and get those parts upgraded. So you're going to charge me $200, and then so well, one thing, the left side housing is a Patriot or a thin blue line. I think it was a thin blue line, which means they don't make it anymore. So that means if I order the left side plate and the housing and the right side plate and all this, I basically have bought a brand new reel. So again, I either buy a new reel, which they don't make that one anymore, so I can't get that same model, or you sell it to me for $10 and I got a cool little paperweight right there. So, yep.
Apparently, what'd you do? Because people would have like $400 or $500 for a Hernandez. He'd offer him $100 and a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah. He was basically having fun. What's up, Rachel? Hey, thanks again for coming on the channel today with us to share that information. I know with, trying to, handle life and still, function as a functional tax-paying member of the society of trying to make ends meet and make a living and all of that, and still do all these extra things to protect our environment, our city, and our way of life. I mean, I hands down, thank you. And I know a lot of the guys here feel the same way as well, because without people like you going above and beyond and burning the candle at both ends, twilight hours, stressing and losing your mind over the amount of craziness that is going on here, we want to show our support. And again, thank you for what you are doing. Keep it up. I mean, I know how hard it can be. And with everything you've had going on in your life, we definitely got your back. And like I said, we'll tell you and give you the kind of support you need. Just keep us in the loop. Post the email. I don't know if you did that earlier or not. So if y'all guys want to keep in the loop faster with the water desal plant and what's going on, and also too, what else is, because she's connecting the dots of how everything is working together with the desal plant, with the environments in Robstown and everything else they're trying to do. Because this also involves the guys out in Hernandez Pass, because they're also trying to put a plant there, I can't, a what? Um, uh, I forgot the name. Ammonia plant. They're trying to put an ammonia plant there, and yeah, they're doing their own battle over there. But they're hitting us on all fronts, guys. So everybody has to stay up to speed and within the loop of the information channel.
Sticker, sunglasses, phone cleaner for whenever you're at the beach, little wallet to put on the back of it. Get free stuff from all the time. So you can have that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Island Life right there.
You got that last time I went to some Mayak
Fierce advertisement.
exposition.
Commodities design. That's pretty funny. That's cool. Well, I got a Mayak boat sticker. Don't have a boat, but now this is cool. Sunglass cleaner. I'll definitely be using
And
that.
phone cleaner. It's both.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna touch my phone with it, and that thing's gonna run off.
No, you're gonna touch your computer with that. Your computer's gonna catch on fire.
No, my phones are probably way worse. Way worse. So,
Here,
where is
turn the
that?
camera around. I decided what reel Jacob's gonna have.
You want to
What?
see? Do you want to
Yeah.
see?
One
No.
second, my shirt is caught in the real seat.
Oh, that's too funny. Oh, that was too funny. He's all,
He can have this one, which is infinitely nicer than the Flugers. It has actual drag. And that's a USA made Fluger rod. That's vintage. That's a House of Harding, handmade in Andwick, England. Ultralight Disc.
okay, let me go slow there.
And it has a proper drag on it.
That dude,
Only
that's an
made that
ultralight disc.
And it has the original. And that's a good 5-6 weight combo.
There we can see the eye.
Oh, I can see it. I had one years ago. What's going on, Chris?
And it comes with this reel.
Right.
The original House of Hardy bag.
There you go. There you go.
You can have that combo.
Dude, that is still tighter than crap. You don't see that on older rods, original rods like that anymore.
I had to do it twice.
Those metal joints, best thing ever invented. You can still get them for 2-piece rods. You have to build it like that.
So that's another fly rod that's going to you.
You can have that goes with the reel. It's the original House of Hardy bag that it came in.
Dude, holy crap.
Yeah.
It's a good reel.
And actually, real quick while you're here, if you want, the other fly reel, the Cortland one over there, if you want to start putting it
we can
together,
see if we can get all this.
we can. That part we can actually ship out. The reels will wait till his Abbott comes in, so we can put it all together. If that's all right, or would you like to fly reels quicker?
Well, if you wanted to, just ship out everything, and when that other reel comes in, after you get it reeled up, you can just ship that one by itself.
Okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure I'll probably end up getting some more gear from you, so it's not just the reel coming.
Sound good. Sound good. What's up, True North in the house?
That Hardy, you don't have to put your hand on it at all. That dial on the side is like the drag on a spinning reel. You set it to whatever drag you need.
Are you hearing all this? Because he's speaking Japanese to me.
I know what you're talking about.
not a fly reel guy. So he's talking. I'm just like, not trying to shine him on, but trying, got to be understanding to my situation. I don't fly real fish, so it's like a vehicle mechanic. Oh, you need it. That's all I hear, and I'm like, Yeah, gets me is where to stop all the oil and. Yeah, no, Hitman, you nailed it there. Like, where are all these guys for the environment and this and that? Where are they all at while we're doing these big old battles against these companies? Because those guys got millions and millions of dollars that they can spend and not worry about it. You know what I mean? To post up the advertisement to go against these things. Like, where are these environmental agencies that are supposed to be in play to come help us? And I haven't heard a peep from them. Like, it's crazy. Like, and so, yeah, he's still over there playing with your reels. They may be a little dirty when you get them.
Yeah, this is already set up for left-hand retrieve, so it's good.
He totally missed it.
No, I'm ignoring it because I couldn't.
I am baiting him over here so bad. And yep. Nah. So I am doing all these coated bite sections right here for our cast out leaders. I'm going to be making a whole bunch of 6-footers because we're almost sold out of our 6-foot aisle over there. So
Did he want the fly reels to go with the rods, or did he want?
we'll have to ship those separately. You can't put them.
I'm saying, did he want to wait for these?
No, we're gonna go and set everything up, but put them into a medium flat rate box because we still have other tackle that's got to, no, because we're gonna ship them with all his fishing tackle and all of that he also got. Medium flat rate. Yeah.
Is that medium?
Yeah, that is a medium. Let me see. Yeah, it says medium flat rate. Where it says medium flat rate.
It's not. Oh, it is on the back side. I'm blind. I plead the fifth on that.
There's too much probability today. He is not.
It's having fun at my own expense.
You're welcome.
She'll think our out.
Oh man. So
After everything I've done.
so again, you're welcome, right? Oh man. Damn. Nah, I want to say, okay, so even after I measured this all out, I was 10 feet short of the 500-foot mark because I used my machine. I unspooled everything and then I put it through the machine, and I was missing 10 foot. So I contacted the company, shot them an email yesterday. I've not gotten on my email today about it, but I'm also waiting on another couple of companies to come through because buying 500 feet at a time or 1,000 foot is not really my cup of tea. Like I just opened the spool and I'm already done with it in one day. I like my 5,000 foot rolls to come in where I can like make some tackle. So I'm gonna see what I can work on that and go from there. So we'll see what's up.
Hey, Luciano.
This is that boy. I can't say. Yep, sure right on that one. Oh man. So, also too, Hitman, they have confirmed that they're shipping out the braid. It'll either ship out today if it hasn't already shipped out. If not, it'll be tomorrow. So I'll be getting all that in. I've got Cortland braid coming in, tightline braid coming in. Um, yeah, so we've got all of that. The avets are starting to roll in. The rod components are rolling in, and all of that. So, yeah.
Oh, real quick, if I could get everybody on here, if you guys don't mind, go on to my Facebook. There's a post on there. It is my daughter's 21st birthday today.
Oh wow!
So
Yeah.
if everybody can go on there and just on that post is fine. Just go on there and tell her happy birthday for me.
Yeah. Well, she's still asleep or she up and about?
Oh no, she's still asleep.
Oh, okay. Well, when she sees it later, I can tell her personally, "Happy birthday, Mia, and many more blessed returns." Yeah. So how old is she today?
21.
To what?
21.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Billy has the immaculate timing of when something needs to be heard, he talks and drowns it out. Well, I wasn't trying to pay attention to you. I was paying attention to Daco. So all I heard was blah, blah, blah.
I don't even have to make jokes about it. You can write them yourself.
I'm okay. Okay.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm seriously okay then. Oh man, freaking! Did that deal come through with you on the leather that you were talking to that one company about? Starting to order the bulk and all of that.
Yeah, well, we're still going through the particulars on it and everything, so
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it should be coming through.
Okay. Also, too, I don't know if it's still too early to ask this, but I'm going to ask anyways. Do we
Yes,
still
it's
want to
too
see
early.
about about the "You're Fired" shirts? Do you think we can start making some leeway on that, or?
I want to, yeah. What I might do is just do a pre-order of them.
Mm,
I'd love to be able to order like 50 of them.
let's
You know,
let's do it. You got let me find out what it would cost for that. Have you gotten um, a some kind of drawing that he would go with to put on that?
Not yet. Um, the guy that I had designing that got called to base, and he's not back yet.
Hmm.
So
So zero form of communication kind of deal, or
yeah,
dang it. All right. Well, what I can do in the meantime, at least get with them and find out what it would be for a 50 shirt. Because at minimum, dude, five of each size, you'll get to 50 real quick. Like and
yeah,
I know a lot of these guys. I know I would want some here to put up in the shop and stuff like that too, just so we can get some support going. Um, but yeah, no, definitely. I know a lot of us are. You ain't gonna have to come out front with the whole amount on that. So let me get with them, find out what we need to come up with to get it started, and maybe we can do a fundraiser and get it all taken care of, so you're not coming out of pocket. 'Cause you've also been down and not working at the kind of deal. So it's,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
let me do
Roger,
that.
don't worry. Daniel's picture will be on it.
Yeah, yeah. That is it. What we were kind of talking about was doing a picture of Daniel, but the like the deal for your sticker, how it's like that to have Daniel like that.
Yeah.
That so there you go. There's a $30 donation.
This one right here, read before y'all even decide about the shirts.
There are two types of legislature for your fire derivatives. One legislation owned by Your Fired LLC in Belfort, New Hampshire, for the use of paint your own potteries. The other registration, as my print is, you're never fired for the use of evangelistic mineral services, is owned by Godspeak Incorporated in Atlanta. Uh,
I'm not a lawyer, don't ask me.
okay, so
Huh?
trademark for You're Fired LLC. Definitely gonna have to call them.
Yeah, I don't want you to get the process.
Yeah, yeah,
But I mean, I heard.
yeah. But this is something that I think we can, let them know the what it's for and stuff like that, and they may be willing to allow us to do that, because once I can see the trademark, and getting hit with a lawsuit, could really be pretty saddening right there. But let me look into this and see if I can find that company, because all it says is You're Fired LLC in Belford, New Hampshire. Um, they're uh, they're the ones that have it, so we'll see if they're okay with us doing this kind of setup and go from there. Especially what you're going to be doing it for. You know what I mean? It's not for profit; it's for donations and stuff like that to help out the community and stuff. So
I still don't see why in the hell or how anybody could trademark a saying.
you're fired.
Yeah.
Somebody did. Somebody did. It's kind of like,
Trump doesn't own the "you're fired" thing.
dude, that was part of the conversation right after that. It literally states that right after that about how they can't understand why Trump didn't get that coin phrase, because remember the show he had years ago? That was
Yeah.
his main thing, was "you're fired." Like,
Yeah.
so. Okay. All right, boss. All right, guys. I gotta cut and run over here. I've got an appointment I gotta go to real quick. So I'm gonna have to get going and stuff like that. So, but yeah, no, we'll talk about it some more. But let me do some homework, find out, and go from there. But again, too, I'm game for it. I'm game
All
for it.
righty,
So,
man.
all right, later, bro.
Later.